my sweeties, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise, and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Freaky. Let's get into the video. Freaky is a 2020 horror comedy directed by none other than Christopher Landon, which stars Catherine Newton as Millie, Vince Vaughn as the Butcher, Celeste O'Connell as Nyla, and we have Misha Oshervish as Josh. After swapping bodies with a deranged serial killer, a young girl in high school discovers that she has less than 24 hours before the change becomes permanent. Christopher Landon does it again. He does it again, and he does it better. This man just knows how to do a horror comedy. He brings me so much joy. He makes horror comedies that are actually good. No tea, no shade. When I first saw a clip of this film, I wasn't too sure if it'll be good or not. And a thing that I was thinking was, okay, this kind of feels like Happy Death Day again, just like with a different blonde girl. I don't know, it had a similar vibe. But obviously that makes sense that it had a similar vibe, it being Christopher Landon and his style, naturally. But I didn't think that I would like this movie as much as I did, and I really, really liked it. I have to be honest, I think I liked Freaky more than I liked Happy Death Day. And you guys, I went to the theater to see Happy Death Day 3 times. Granted, I used to work at a movie theater, so I got like free tickets, but I'm really sad that I couldn't experience Freaky in the theater, but it was really fun regardless. So let's get into performances and casting. The casting in this movie is actually perfect. And when I say perfect, it is 100% perfect. They could not have chosen any better 2 people to play our leads. The choice to have Vince Vaughn be our serial killer is far too good. This man knows how to be hilarious, and he knows how to be terrifying. Also, while watching, I was just like, oh my god, I have never realized, you guys, that Vince Vaughn is like huge. This is a huge man. Like, I don't even know how tall he is, but I, for some reason, just, that never clicked for me. I don't know, like, if it was because Catherine Newton is like my height, and I feel like everybody else was around her height too, so maybe that helped make him look bigger. Damn, that definitely added to him being like really threatening. Another thing he does incredibly well is the mannerisms he does and his entire body language and just the shift, like once he becomes Millie. He really understood her character, and it was just like funny and super believable. I loved it so much. Now let's talk about Catherine Newton. I love this woman. Catherine Newton is one of my favorite actresses of this generation. She's just such a naturally good actress. Somebody tell her I love her. Her switch is probably my favorite just because she did so much, especially like subtly with her facial reactions to show that she is now the Butcher. She was a spooky bad bitch, and y'all already know we are here for that. Let's get into some scenes that I liked. I really enjoyed the scene where they both realize that they're in each other's bodies. Obviously, I just talked about that. It really reminds me of Freaky Friday, but a lot of it reminded me of that when the Butcher realizes that he is in her body. Like, he grabs at the boobs like, oh my god. Another great scene was when Millie, as the Butcher, is trying to convince her friends it's her. And, you know, she's in this man's body, and both her friends are running from her, and they start this whole crazy fight scene. And it's just like this really fun scene that I can tell that Vince Vaughn and like the other 2 characters were having so much fun shooting that it just makes you have a good time while watching it. I do want to discuss all the cool kill scenes after this separately, but one scene that I really, really enjoyed was this scene with Booker and Butcher Millie in the car, and they were talking about the poem she wrote him and like slid in his locker. And he's like flirting with her and wanting to like make a move, but like she's in this like, again, Vince Vaughn body, but like My dude Booker is still feeling it. When they kissed, I was just like, oh. And then she was like, yeah, maybe when I like switch back into my normal body and like my hand isn't the size of your whole entire face, then maybe we can get back to this. And my man Booker was like, I don't even care. Everything about that scene was just pure gold. Let's get into my favorite kills. Butcher Millie has this great scene with her asshole teacher, played by the incredible Alan Ruck, is glorious. The shot of him getting sliced in half by the machine that cuts the wood. Oh my god. Another great kill was when she throws that one super annoying girl into the freezer and the girl just like freezes to death with the phone in her hand. Basically, you guys, all the kills in this movie was a lot of fun. The ending of this film to me was actually really, really, really good. They start to end the film making you think that they're setting up for a sequel, because the cops like collect the knife and then Millie is like, let's hope that no one ever gets their hands on that knife ever again. And you're like, oh shit, here's the setup for the sequel. No. And the film keeps going. And then we end up seeing the butcher. My man goes right after Millie at her house to finish her off. Little Catherine Newton is like, boom, she kicks this man's ass. Basically, you guys, I enjoyed Freaky so much. This film was just my cup of tea. So much fun, solid, great performances, great kills, and honestly, an awesome poster. So these are all things that really sold it for me. There isn't a single thing in this movie that I can actually think of that I genuinely disliked. The movie was really fast and kind of just went like, and I love that. Like, they did not slow down for a second. I loved it. It keeps things very entertaining. I really, really like that this film is like paying homage to films like Freaky Friday, Friday the 13th, and even Halloween. Because yes, I caught that. Booker's last name on his jersey in the back says Strode. I love this movie, and Christopher Landon, he continues to bring me joy and badass, empowering female leads with classic, perfect final girl moments, and that's all I ever want. So Freaky is going to be getting 4.5 Levs out of 5, and it was really hard for me to not give this film a 5 out of 5. If you watched it already, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Did you like it better than Happy Death Day? Was it like not your kind of comedy? You didn't really feel it? Let me know. I love to talk more about it. That is it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the little notification bell because that really helps me a lot and it'll remind you when I post. And I'll see you guys in my next video, and we are going to be talking about Christmas horror movies. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.